Welcome to another episode of The Raw Truth. As always, I'm your host, BX Bad Boy, with my co-host.
It's equality. How the people doing today?
Today, we're going to talk about school reopening in November. Stay tuned, some fun. So today we're going to talk about schools opening. Um, Supposedly that in November, my son's mother got a form in the mail asking do we want our child to go to 2 days a week. This is without the vaccine. This is without any real precautions other than wear your mask and wear a face shield or stay 18 miles apart from one another. Now, in our last video, I put up the video of us talking to your nephew. Couldn't hear it.
Okay.
So you were there, and you heard Jay say it. He's going to take that mask off, and it's not because he wants to be disobedient or he's not afraid. He was going to take it off because he couldn't breathe. He was going to get uncomfortable. And those masks are only meant to be on 4 hours. If you read the box of the blue mask that looks like an accordion, you open it up, you read the box, it says 4 hours you're supposed to change out the mask. They're supposed to be in school 4 to 6 hours.
You know what? I don't know. It is. I think, and I don't know. I don't know how to play out, but I think that each state should be allowed to I don't know what's the word, govern or have say so in exactly what they'll do with the schools. It should all depend on, I guess, the level, how high the virus is affecting their area and stuff before
let me clarify something. I guess I forgot to add this part. We're just talking about where we live.
Oh, okay.
The governors are in charge of those details, like you were just suggesting, and our governor and our state are opening the 2 days a week in at least my area. I think yours already is.
No, see, that's the thing.
Yours isn't open yet 2 days a week?
No.
Okay.
So my area is we're still doing remote learning for now. And then we're supposed to find out what happens in November when that time comes.
Did you get a letter in the mail?
No, we haven't gotten a letter in the mail yet. Mostly everything is done through email. They're keeping the parents and stuff informed through email and whatnot, right?
Okay, because baby mama got a form asking whether or not in November, if it goes to 2 days a week, do we want to put him in?
I don't think I got anything
that?
like that yet.
Okay. So then our whole state will be opening to 2 days a week in November if they determine it.
I know look, I know that some schools did open and are going 2 days, 3 days a week.
I understand the Jewish schools, either Hasidic or all Jew schools, they're open. I don't know what hours they're running, but when I went through, I hate to say it this way, but their territory, because they own a little space of our state. They were going in and out of school buildings, and they were in their school uniforms. I don't remember if they were as abundant as they are during a regular non-pandemic.
Right.
But they were going to some kind of schooling, if maybe churches or temple school.
Well, I know there's a friend of mine whose child happens to go to Catholic school, and that particular Catholic school is open. I don't know how many hours or how many days a week, but they are open. The children are going to class.
Okay. I think they fall under a different curriculum because they teach a totally different curriculum.
True.
Their schooling is basically completely God oriented. Now, I'm not against that because it is a church after all, but it's hard if you're not learning the same thing other students outside the school aren't learning. It's not supposed to be specialty school, it's just supposed to be a Christian upbringing or a Catholic upbringing.
I'm pretty sure that they have those courses there too. I don't think it's just all about
They don't believe in evolution.
biblical stuff.
But you got to remember, they don't believe in evolution. Remember, God popped this into existence. So they're not, I don't know if they're required to teach evolution, something they don't believe.
Okay. Now, granted.
Um, the other thing is, um, without a vaccine, I don't see the sense in it. My theory on this is this simple, and you tell me yours. It takes one bullet to die. Is it worth knowing that you are shooting at me with 100 bullets and one of them are guaranteed to hit me? Okay? Should I stand in front of you shooting at me? I say no.
Yo, let me say this. Let me say this. I've noticed that there are some parents and also some children who want to go back to school, right?
Continue.
And then there are those, like my family per se, like as much as they want to go back to school, they're not trying to hear it. Like the kids themselves, they're not really, not until it feels safer, because they don't even feel safe to them right now. No matter how much they see people moving around and stuff like that, we still not sitting in anywhere eating. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. That's a good one there, buddy. you were trying real hard. Yeah, you know, them Yankees. Them Yankees over there.
Look. From what I can gather, right? That was not supposed to happen, but in any event,
it was funny that it happened, and it was funnier the way you were dealing with it.
uh,
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
yeah, you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. Just
If the face was close to the hand, I could see you mushing. Go away. You don't see this.
Yeah, but as I was saying, yo, like then you have like my kids who like they're not trying to, yeah, as much as they miss their friends and stuff, they don't want to. Not until they see that it's safer. And like I said, you still can't eat nowhere. Okay, yeah, you can eat outside, but
well, they did open for in-house dining at I think a quarter of the percent of the population inside, or
well, it's like
occupancy.
But they operated at 25% capacity.
Florida, I hate. I don't mean to sidetrack, but it was just on the news in Florida. This fucking douche canoe opened up full service.
I know. That's why I put my hands up. I know.
I can understand 50%, 75, maybe.
Look, I don't want to talk bad about the Florida peoples, because I got some family down there in Florida that got to live through the craziness. You know, unfortunately, there are some people in this world that are still not they're still not taking this seriously. They still don't see that, even though it's not being mentioned on the news as much as it was a few months ago, that people are still dying from this thing, man. People are still getting sick. People are still being quarantined.
But
Like, it
how
hasn't
can
gone
they take
nowhere.
it serious, bruh? They're more worried about the dollar bill than the person that makes the dollar bill. It's still going on that same way. The reason why Trump played it down was so he can get the economy up and running and make his people money. And as his taxes just showed improved, he's got some bills to pay.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that um I don't want my kids back in school yet. My kids, they don't want to go back to school yet. They're fine with remote learning. Um, I don't feel that it's safe.
I don't feel it's safe either. But twice now, my son's mother has brought this up. The first time I showed you the text, and I think I showed everybody the text in the last episode before the very last one. You know, 2 episodes. Carry the 3. 2 episodes back. You know, that's what you see people do with the math when they're doing it. They carry the 3 plus the 4, remain there 7. What the fuck am I talking about? Shit.
This is not Schoolhouse Rock. Come on, bro.
So I remember putting it up. I don't remember this video. Sorry, people. Anyway,
You put it up in a video. It's okay.
she put in a text telling me, I'm not even gonna let him to go to school 2 days a week. I thought this was a we, not a I. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's an I. So we shrugged that one off. I took that one on the shoulder. Now, she says, because he's acting a fool, he's not doing the schoolwork. Just the other day, or yesterday, or even today, it might have been, she came out of her room to go to the bathroom, and he's asleep in his bed, not even in class. And
Yeah,
wait,
yeah.
before you respond to that, because I know you got something to say. She says to me, this is why he should be in school at least 2 days a week, because he needs constant supervision. Listen, dead people don't need supervision. They need a shovel and a hole, because that's all you're putting on the table, because your sanity is being tested because the child needs you to parent them.
Hey, bro, look. I got one better. What you gonna do for the other 3 days? Because he still only go to school 2 times a week. So what you gonna do the other 3 days? Do you understand what I'm saying?
She's gonna dump them on me. This is what she's been wanting to do for the last 3 weeks, and she's been avoiding it like the plague. And I'm gonna say what she's supposed to be doing, and you tell me if it makes sense to you. And those who subscribe or view, by all means, comment and tell me if this makes sense to you too. Now, she's for the last 3 weeks is supposed to be giving him to me, because since I'm a caretaker of my father and I don't go anywhere and don't do anything for the most part other than take care of him and this house and that child, it makes more sense that I would put him through the school, because I can sit there with him and work through the programs, the processes, the issues. When he starts flaking off, huh? Oh.
Are you gonna give him a slapjack?
Yes, sir. Every time he goes, Dad, he whack. If you ain't talking to the teacher, you getting smacked up.
Hey, wait, can we go off subject for a minute?
Can I finish this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was okay if you couldn't, but thank you.
As a matter of fact, I think I should
Too
just
late.
leave it alone.
Too late. Too late.
I think I should just leave it alone, but
No, you should never leave things alone. That's what this is all about. Anyway, so for the last 3 weeks, she's supposed to be giving him to me. And for the last 3 weeks, like a fart in the wind, gone. No kid, no school, nothing. And not even being told, oh, we're going to try again some other time. But now things are getting so crunched. Now she's yelling at me, like when I came out your way and I said, I'm on my way over to E's house. Oh, fine, I'll do it by myself. You know what that is? The world's smallest fucking violin. She knew I was going over there. So why you? Oh, because you don't know how to be a parent. Oh, because I tell you something, E. Your nephew was here for a day, and on for a day, he had 3, 4. We'll say 4. It went up to 5, but I think there was 2, 3, 4, 5 that had to be done. He did 1. That's 4 subjects or 4 lessons of the same subject, math. He had to do in 1 sitting. Do you know he was done with the math in a matter of 2 hours? How is he 4 behind at her house? But in my house, in 2 hours, he's completely caught up. Nephew, you need to be patient.
No, go that way. I'm recording. Who told what?
What happened now? Who sent them to you?
I don't know who sent them to me.
Well, tell him he's gonna be sent back in a carrier bag. So, long story shortened, I didn't have to hit him. I didn't have to really yell at him. I mean, I had to get stern because that's what we do. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't have to be over his shoulder, except when he was getting confused. And he was only getting confused because he's jumping ahead of himself. Now, I'll give you the scenario real quick, and then I'll let you get in what you had to say. It was basically Wheel of Fortune. So you got the letters up, but you got to do the math, and then the math came to a letter. So you had to make a sentence using the number and the letter that came with it, and then putting it up. Now it's fractions, or at this point it was decimals. Still fractions, but not exactly. Decimals.
Right,
so
right.
He's reading the puzzle and the numbers underneath it and trying to find the number. There's no answers. He hadn't fucking figured them out yet. Looking for the answers to see if it matches. It had 0.5, so he's trying to figure it out. Like, there's no 0.3. What the hell? Dude, stop worrying about the freaking puzzle. Worry about the math. Mm-hmm. So there was a 5.3. He couldn't figure out how it got there. It's rounding up and down. So it said whatever it was, and he had to round down to the 5.3 he was looking for. If he did the math, you wouldn't have had the problem. She lets him go off on a fucking rant. And that's why he's like, I'm 4 subjects behind. You were going to say, dear brother? You said it, not me. You took the words right out of my mouth. You talk too much.
If I were you,
you'd be prettier. Just kidding.
I would let her suffer. I know you're not going to do that, but I would let her suffer.
I would too, but I have to be honest, and honestly, she's not. All right. Now, to all the people that agree, please comment and say you agree that I should let her suffer on my child's education. There's nothing wrong with that. But I will tell you this much. What does a privileged, whiny, little bitch gonna do when my child drives her to the snapping point and I won't come into the rescue.
Okay. And now the reason I say what I say is because, again, she sits here and talk about she's a single woman doing it all by herself. But number one, you're not a single woman. You're married. That's first and foremost.
No, no.
Wait, wait, wait,
Yes, sir.
wait. Just give me a second.
Of
Number
course.
two, number two. I know a lot of single women, right? That have more kids than she does. Okay, that do it every day without question, without hesitation, without complaining, because that's what they do, whether the father is there or not. You understand what I'm saying? That's my ish.
Don't get me wrong. I'm
You ain't
with
got no
you.
right to. You got no right to make that claim. I'm pretty sure any females out here watching this podcast will say the same thing. You ain't got the right to make that claim.
Don't get me wrong. I'm with you, and that's why I said those who agree are welcome to agree because I agree as well. But you're really not looking at the, I don't want to say big picture, but all right, think of a fat pig, okay? Now, it doesn't eat human beings. It doesn't eat human. You know what I mean? It doesn't like our taste. But if you starve that pig long enough, it would eat a Buick, let alone us. So now you saying that pig doesn't deserve to eat, right? And that's what you're saying, and there's nothing wrong with that. The pig's been a bad fat pig. So that fat pig doesn't deserve to eat. And I agree with you. But what's going to happen when that fat pig is on the verge of starving to death? What's that fat pig going to do?
Bro, I just, yeah,
No, but you get what I'm saying? What's the fat pig going to do?
yeah, you're right.
That fat pig, and again, people, I'm not arguing this point. It's right. I agree. The fat pig should suffer. But if the fat pig is starved to death, that fat pig is going to eat its child. That's why I have no choice but be, quote unquote, the better man or bigger man or the sucker and come to her rescue. Because in truth, I'm losing my eyesight and I'm saving my sons. Because she's going to torture him. See, people, she's going to torture this kid.
Don't do it.
Wait, I know, I got to do it. Torture
Don't
this
do it.
kid in many different ways and many different times. She's either going to force him to go back to school, because remember, she's residential parent. At the end of the day, according to the law of this piece of shit state, she has final say. I could take her to court, but they're not seeing court today. So she can actually force him to go back to school without my permission, because she wants to teach him a lesson. You don't want to do your work like I told you? Now let's see if you survive COVID. She would. Because in her eyes, remember, COVID's not dangerous. It's all those blacks out there killing whites. That's what's dangerous.
Oh, yep. And with that,
So, I'm not suggesting she's right and she's just a fucking quack. But my point is, if that's what you truly believe, that COVID's not dangerous, whether you believe the blacks are out there or the Chinese, doesn't matter who you believe is killing people or not. If you don't believe COVID is serious and potentially harmful to our child and us, then why wouldn't you send him to school? She made 2 complaints now about, one, you're not even going to let him go. And remember the second one, this is why he needs to go. I'm not sending him, but he needs to go. Because he needs somebody watching over him at all times to get his work done. So that's 2 times, 3 times she's sending him back to school. So, in order to not have to fear that, I'm taking one for the team.
Okie dokie, bro. I hear you.
And again, I'm not, y'all not wrong. Those who agree she should suffer the slings and arrows of her own
And I
bullshit.
and I'm not even saying that she should suffer like that. All I'm saying is that she should handle her responsibility like she should be.
Well, that's
This come
suffering,
this
essentially.
this comes with being a residential parent. You
I'm
understand
just
me?
being a parent, period. I do all the residential parenting shit, not because I'm a legally binding, because my son needs his father. And it's my job to make him a man. It's her job to make him a man. She rather not. So she dumps him on me. Now back to the original story, or the beginning part where I was going to say, you guys, including you, bro, tell me if this makes sense to you. Now, in the beginning, I was saying, watch this. Now, for the last 3 weeks, he's supposed to be here. Now, if he comes here and his education excels, who's going to get the credit for it?
Of course you are.
Who's not going to get credit for it? And
Okay.
she's
So
that egotistical that how many times have you heard her say something that you like resonated weird in your skull, like she's trying to be the better parent, not try to be the parent the child needs, but outdo me on a regular basis.
you know what? How about this? How about we leave that one alone?
So
Because at the end of the day, this is really about what the kids going back to school, how this is affecting them, how it's affecting us. You know what I'm saying? Like
well,
this is what I want to know from the people. How's it affecting y'all? How do y'all feel about it?
yeah, please
Drop a
comment down below.
Please comment down below. Let us know what you feel about it.
Let's know what you're going through. You're getting a taste of what we're going through. We want to hear your story.
Yes, yes indeed. Yes indeed.
So please leave a comment, subscribe and like, and let us know if you're having just as much of a difficult time in your life as we are.
Mm-hmm.
We don't judge. Well, maybe the fat pig, but she don't count. She ain't human. We don't judge. We will do our best to talk you through, help you through, or just be a shoulder. That's just how we do. And some things that work for me may work for you. Some things that work for him may work for you too. We're here more than willing to converse back and forth on our ideas and collaborate. It's about the children. It's not about us. Our time is done. It's now time for us to be what our children need us to be. No matter how much we want to or not. No matter how much we like it or not.
That's right.
At the end of the day, they knew.
That's right.
So please
Fact.
comment down below, like, subscribe. I don't care if you type fart, by all means. I just fear for our children entering a school building, even for an hour, without a vaccine. When we go to the store, like his mother has made this mention, and on the surface it makes sense, and at the end of this we're going to end the day and we'll continue another day. It is getting kind of late. Kids got school tomorrow. But she's like, you can take him to Walmart that he can go to school. On the surface, that makes total sense. If he can enter one building, he can enter another. The difference is that that woman doesn't take any into effect because it doesn't work in her argument. He's in Walmart a half an hour, maybe an hour max. He's in the school building 4 hours straight. Totally different. And when he goes into Walmart, we're there at half an hour to an hour, come back out, mask off, in the car, on our way home. 4 hours later, when it comes to school, that's when he can take his mask off, get in the car, come on home. those two aren't the same scenarios. The danger of him in Walmart versus the danger surrounded by children, which tend to have viruses and plagues left and right, because that's what children are good for 4 hours versus a half an hour in Walmart. Hour max, even an hour in Walmart, nowhere near anyone else that doesn't cross their path. Inside the school, he's sitting 6 feet, 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 surrounded by children. Even if there's 5 children around him, 6 feet distance, they're sitting for 4 hours or 3 hours throughout the day in that proximity versus a half an hour, and they're not in that proximity in a Walmart unless someone crosses our path, which is rare unless it's a sale going on. Totally different dramaticness, or whatever you want to call it.
Take it easy, bro.
I like making up words when I'm angry.
Yeah, you gotta stop being so angry.
Because I hate people to have those stupid ass arguments. You let your child go over to his uncle's house without a mask. Yeah, his uncle ain't got COVID, bitch.
And with that, we're gonna call it a cool one, okay?
Please subscribe, like, comment, talk shit. I don't care. Just be respectful, because I'm gonna respect you. I may not be respectful talking about her, but I will respect you.
Y'all can even tell Dave to be quiet.
As soon as they find out who that is. Can't take you anywhere.
I'm loopy.
You're a little bit more than loopy, dear brother. Because they didn't know my name. They do now.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, why is he upset? I don't get it. It's his name. You don't like your name? Sure, fool.
Yeah, I went there.
I don't know who he talk about, but he not talk about who I think he talk about. Anyway, on that note, y'all have a great night, and I hope you like the conversation and continue it where we got some dialogue coming back and forth, just not from him. He need to learn to put a zipper on his lipper. But anyway, comment. I don't really care what you got to say. I'm not going to judge. I'll try to converse. If you check out the comments for those who have commented, I comment when it's my turn. He comments when it's his turn, meaning when it's about him, or they're talking to him, or they're talking to me, or they're talking about the channel. I have no problem conversing. If you are, let's do it. But we could use the help with subscribers, and we don't know whether you'd like it or not if you don't click that little like button. And if you don't click that bell, you won't know when we're coming back. That's a lie. You know the schedule. Those who give a shit. Those who don't give a shit are probably those ones that are sitting lurking around the background. They don't see us.
That's not nice.
Well, they don't know how to hit that little I like you. You know what? I'm going to get the thing. I'm going to put it up one of these days. It's going to have a little square here, a little square here, look like loose leaf paper. Do you like? Yes or no? Click yes and hand it to me after lunch. Or was it after recess? Do you like us? Yes, no, maybe so.
No business.
You remember those fucking notes? What the fuck's with the maybe so? It's yes or no, damn it. Don't give me any false hopes.
All right.
Maybe if you wore Nikes. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm out of here.
On that note, everybody keep safe, wear masks, keep distances until there's a vaccine. And just for the record, The vaccine is only gonna probably only 75% effective, meaning it's not 100% cure. So even after the vaccine comes, the first wave of it anyway, still be careful and alert. On that note, peace to the children.
Peace.